Hi, James here with Your American Flag Store and the host of the Your American podcast. Um, I'm confused. I don't even know. I'm totally confused. Earlier this week, I saw Kamala Harris give a speech where she, let's just listen for yourself.
Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
So, okay, I mean, so basically, this woman who has been convincing all those people in that crowd, millions of people all over the country for the last 8 years, that Trump is Hitler, is now just saying, oh, we're going to welcome him in and we have to embrace this peaceful transition of power to all of your demise. I mean, that's what she's saying, right? I mean, she believes that Trump is Hitler. That's what she's been selling for the last 8 years. And all those people in the crowd believe her because they would never vote for someone that was blatantly lying to them, right? So if they wouldn't vote for someone that was knowingly lying to them, and she doesn't believe she was lying and she was telling the truth, how in the world could you possibly say, not only are we not going to fight this guy till the end, but we are going to peacefully let you transition to power, so then there you can load us into boxcars and take us to concentration camps and murder us. That's that. And then they all cheer for that. It blows my mind. The truth is that she knows what she was saying is a lie, propaganda. The people that are there in that crowd cheering for her all know it's a lie and propaganda. And they're all just going along with it as if they weren't just lied to, as if it's absolutely mind-blowing. The level of Stalin once said that it's easy to brainwash people, but impossible to convince them that they've been brainwashed. And that's what's going on in that crowd. All of them cheering for the peaceful transition of power. Yes, I want a peaceful transition of power. Most people do, but I can tell you this right now. If I believed that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were Nazis, and if Trump were telling me that they were Nazis, and I believed him, if he were to stand up there and concede an election and say that he's going to engage in a peaceful transition of power where I'm going to die, my wife is going to be murdered or raped and then murdered, my children are going to be forced to watch us die and then worked to death, there's no way in hell that I'm going to peacefully let that happen. This is the level of cognitive dissonance among Democrats is absolutely mind-numbing. And that rally right there, that display is absolute definitive proof of how brainwashed these idiots are. And then you've got this, a picture of Biden in the White House welcoming this guy who he's called a Nazi, he's conflated with Hitler, letting him in the White House. All of this is just proves that Biden, Harris, the entire Democratic Party leadership, all of them knew Trump was not a Nazi. They knew he wasn't Hitler. That is propaganda, and the level at which they used it, we're talking hundreds of thousands of times where the news and social media and all of the liberal Democrats have been conflating Trump with Hitler. That level of lies is absolute propaganda. And it used on such a scale in that party makes them undeniably far more like a Nazi than Trump ever has been or ever could be. The level of propaganda that is on display at that event is just unbelievable. So I just can't imagine that any liberal out there right now is sitting there really thinking, oh my goodness, Hitler's in office, I'm going to stay here. None of them think that. They'll still say it, but if they really believe it, they'd be running to Canada, they'd be running to Mexico. Because if Hitler was back and he was about to take office and I was one of his enemies, I would be leaving the country. I'd get my wife, I'd get my kids, I'd abandon everything we had here, and I would leave, because the only way to defeat someone like that is if the entire world comes up against them. That's the only way that you could take Hitler out. That's how it was done in 1944 or 43, whatever. And if Trump was Hitler today, that would be the only way that it would happen in 2024. But it's not. The Democrats knew it. It's all a bunch of propaganda. It's all lies, and they're completely exposed. So, my goodness. Thank God Kamala lost. God sparing President Trump's life was a signal to everyone, and him winning this election in such a mandate that, I mean, it's undeniable. America's waking up, and liberals are losing their grip on the power that they once had. People are waking up. So thank God for that. Please stay tuned for more of the Your American podcast shorts as we build up to full-length episodes. Thank you very much for watching.
Lord, won't you shine your light upon this land I love? All the stars and stripes.